Time now for a North Fayette Valley coach conversation with girls basketball coach Jim Calkins. And Coach, you've entered the holiday break. You're 7-0 right now. Got to be feeling good about where you're at right now. What has made things work to this point in the season for your squad?
I think it's a combination of things. The girls probably, the chemistry, probably working well together, being unselfish, being happy for each other and each other's successes. That always plays such a huge part. And, that's just kind of filtered down through everyone. So I think that's probably the most important part.
What aspects of your team has improved the most since the start of the season? In what ways are you better now than when you started in early November?
That's a good question. I would say decision-making. I think we had a couple game lapse with Southwind and New Hampton about the number of turnovers. But I think in some of the crunch games with Key the other night, Turkey Valley, things like that, we've taken care of the ball when we really needed to take care of the ball. I think early on we knew that was going to be one of the big things. The girls had circled that as one of their goals to improve upon, and maybe not converting all the time, but at least getting a quality possession every time.
And you look at your overall turnover statistic right now, 106 turnovers in 7 games. Most coaches would say that's a pretty solid number. How do you go about teaching kids to value the basketball that much, and teaching them that the only way we're going to score is to have that thing and put it in the hoop?
Yeah, I mean, it's easier said than done for sure. I remember with Coach Leonard, our first few years when we were battling those same things. I think it goes back to those same type of drills. A lot of fundamental drills for us. It was a lot of trying to throw through hands, and just that old fashioned, go back to the chalkboard, just the bounce pass, just a ball fake. They work wonders, making the defense move, not letting the opponents read one's eyes. And, you just have various drills in practice, if that's tomes passing or 1 versus 2, one-on-one type passing, all those type of things that we try to incorporate, if not every day, at least every other day during the week. And that kind of gets ingrained to the young ladies. We know we're going to have some, especially with the pace that we play, but just, again, kind of those unforced ones, more mental mistakes than anything.
And you're looking at the scoring stat sheet. You have at least 5 players averaging 7 points a game. How key has that been to this point, knowing the fact that it's not a team that if you shut down one player, you can shut down the team?
Man, you must have been in our conversation yesterday. I think that's the point Coach Tilleris was we were visiting with our 3 seniors. And, I think the other night was indicative of that. We went 13-11. 9, 8, 7, 6. Back to your point, with 6 players averaging 7 points. I mean, it just really allows us that flexibility. And like you said, you're probably not going to see that box and 1 or triangle and 2 because you've got so many other weapons. We were trying to relay it on to Abby too, because, she's probably going to still draw the toughest defender. And we kind of were like, hey, you're still doing a great job setting up the offense. You're doing a great job of distributing. We know some of the shots are tough shots that you're getting, but maybe getting to the line. And you're having confidence in your teammates.
And as you look at the Christmas break, how are you going to manage this from a practice and a getting ready for the January portion of the schedule end of things? How are you going to handle Christmas break?
I think it comes at a good time. I mean, even though we're 7-0, I still think it's nice for, the girls to have that mental break as big as anything. Because as well as I, that time mid-late January before postseason gets to be a grind, especially on the younger girls that haven't been through that as much. We do have a couple that have been through the COVID scene, so maybe they didn't need the quote unquote rest as much as others. But, we're going to take the rest of the week off. We'll come back on Monday night. We'll incorporate some lifting, some plyos, some stretching, getting back, because the conditioning as well, that'll be important. I think we've got to maintain things as best we can, try to get a lot of shooting things in, go back to maybe some offensive sets, maybe add in a couple elements, maybe a couple, maybe an extra play right off of some type of set that we're doing. Those type of intangible things I think will be important.
And what are the things that this team needs to improve on when you return to the court in January?
Rebounding is going to be huge for us. We have got to make sure we're finding bodies, even though we preach it in practice. Maybe we have to put something, extra conditioning, extra running, and push-ups, something on top of it. It just hasn't sunk in just yet. And we know some of the opponents we've got after break, watch out. We're going to have to rebound. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult to stay on top of some of the teams.
All right, Coach. Most importantly, Merry Christmas to you, your family, and everyone around North Fayette Valley girls basketball. Have a safe and a happy break, and here's to a great 2021 portion of the schedule.
Hey, thank you very much. Same to you and yours. Safe travels if you're going, and enjoy that time with family. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate what you're doing for the ladies with the coverage, and I like that. Looking forward to 2021.
Jim Calkins, North Fayette Valley girls basketball, with our North Fayette Valley Tigerhawk coach conversation.